It's super amazing. You're never gonna believe it. It's the most incredible leap ever. Me, a random YouTuber, has a super secret inside source into the Lucasfilm camp. A random YouTuber. A very special YouTuber. I am a Star Wars fan, and I have super secret inside information.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I was not prepared. There we go. What are we gonna do? We're gonna play some. We're gonna try to play some Capital Supremacy Naboo. I'll see if we can get one of those maps. I literally just threw the title together because I just posted something on Twitter. I was scrolling through YouTube while I was doing what everybody does. There's a kid's book written about it. And I saw a bunch of like plot leak video thumbnails made over the past couple weeks for Star Wars, like some big YouTubers, and I'm like, dude, like, and some of these YouTubers made plot leak videos before The Force Awakens and before The Last Jedi and before Rogue One and before Solo, and guess what? None of them came true. So why would you? Why do you? I don't understand it. I just like I can't. I mean. You hate to say it seems to be about the money, but it seems to be about the money, right? You're just throwing together a bunch of bullshit and uploading it constantly on the internet. It's very strange. It's very strange. I don't understand it. But anyway, welcome to the stream, guys. I am having a hard time finding... okay, actually, I haven't played on Camino yet. I don't believe I have. But yeah, welcome to the stream, everybody. I'm going to be here for maybe 30 to 45 minutes. Gonna be hanging out, playing a little bit of Capital Supremacy Camino, and I do not believe that I've played Camino on Capital Supremacy yet. I think I've just played Kashyyyk. I'm trying to think of what the other... Oh, Geonosis and Naboo. So, yeah. Swishfish, thank you so much for the first super chat and channel support of the evening. I greatly appreciate that, man. One sec. Let me let these other ones ding in for the notification so they don't blend in with my game audio. Oh, 16 players needed? That's crazy. Swishfish, hey Greedo, good to see ya. Happy battling. Well, thank you so much for the support tonight, Swishfish. I greatly appreciate that. Things are going well. Me and my wife and my daughter went to the beach today. My daughter is kind of like in this like kind of phase, and it started today. I don't know if it was because she was like overly tired or something like that, but she would start crawling towards the beach, towards the water, towards the breaking the white caps of the water. And sure, it's shallow there, but hey, you never know. You don't want her freely crawling into the water. And every time I would pick her up, or my wife would pick her up, she would fucking scream. And she's never done this before. She would just scream like a kid not getting their way, and that's exactly what it was. But it was for her safety. And this is just, I guess this is a new phase. If she doesn't get her way, she's just going to scream. And I was like, whoa. This is a different kid. It was crazy. Crazy. Hopefully it was just because she was tired and the sun had beaten her a little bit, and she's just ready to go. But oh my God, it was crazy. Anyway, Swish, I greatly appreciate that, man, and I hope you're having a good one. Did you guys hold up on the super chats real quick? Did you guys hear that that Death Star alarm? That means we have a new fleet member, a new shipmate on board with the I can't speak tonight. With the fleet, the Hello Greedo fleet. Brian Boardwell, thank you so much for becoming the latest member of the fleet, man. I greatly appreciate that. If everybody in the chat right now could do me a big favor and say welcome to the fleet, Brian, I would greatly appreciate that. Yeah, Brian. So you get a special role in the Discord server, and you, I do supporter Q&As once a month. So I usually do those like the first week of every single month. I'm planning on doing the next one, maybe tomorrow night, sometime next week for sure, but maybe tomorrow night. Keep an eye on, actually it might be Wednesday. Wednesday might be better. Let's plan on Wednesday. How about that? I'm going to post something in the community tab, and I'm also going to post something on Patreon. But Brian, thank you so much for the support the channel on a monthly basis. I greatly appreciate that. And welcome aboard, shipmate. Wear that insignia proudly, man. I greatly appreciate that. Haven Elric, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, wait, weird. Brad, yours was like out of order. Yeah, let's quit, Wayfez. Let's quit. Let's go in there. Bradfully42, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. It's always about the money. No, incorrect. Well, I'm sure for certain creators and stuff like that, it is. Sometimes, I don't know. There's a lot
Back when the Force Awakens trailer was released, I was in like 6th grade,
wow.
and I watched and believed all of the plot leak videos I could find.
That's
Smiley
interesting.
Face.
That's really interesting, Manikoff. That's really fascinating to hear. Give me one sec, man. Give me one sec. I never even considered that. Like, that's very interesting to me. One sec, though. Brad, it's, I'm sure there are some folks, and you can tell who they are, who just pump shit out nonstop. I mean, just when the most vague, nonsensical headline pops up in the news, they make a reactionary video about it, and then the next day they say, oops, I was wrong. Or plot leaks, just throw together a bunch of shit, 30 videos in a week. I don't have that in me, and I would feel creatively bankrupt if that's all I did. So I choose to invest a week in making 1977 Star Wars review videos that I know nobody's going to give a shit about, but I have to make it because that's what I'm interested in. And that's what I think, like, it's passions of projects projects of passions for me, like things that I legitimately find interesting that I want to make videos about. If I just constantly made a video, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe it's just different methods, I suppose. But anyway, I appreciate that, Bradfordly. Some plot leak might just be speculation or theories. That's what it seems to be, Brandon. Sometimes when I click on these videos, it's like the quote unquote plot leak that's in the title is there just for clickbait. And then it's like they say, oh, it might not be. Well, yeah, no fucking shit. It never is. Like, yeah, it's obviously all made up. And it has been since The Force Awakens. All these videos. It's hilarious, man. I get why people still make them monetarily. I don't get why people still watch them, which goes to Manikoff's super chat right there. But I appreciate that, Brad. And Haven Elric, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support as well, man. I greatly appreciate that. Haven says, can you please do a commentary track for The Last Jedi like you did for TFA? Yeah, that, I'm surprised I never did one. I'm trying to think. I did a commentary track for Rogue One when it first came out on Blu-ray, and when I uploaded the Rogue One commentary track right on YouTube, and I didn't think it would be an issue whatsoever, but it got immediately taken down, Elric, and it was very strange because it said that like I couldn't even, I don't know, I can't remember what the copyright hit said, but it said something like it could hear the audio of Rogue One. It could hear the music and stuff like that in the background. Now, I don't know if I have shitty hearing, but when I cranked my speakers or my headset all the way up, and the media audio as well all the way up, it sounded like somebody had their TV up too loud in a condo, 2 condos down the line. And I guess the supercomputers can pick up really faint stuff, so they ripped it down immediately. It was very strange. Very strange. But I would love to do that, Haven. It's been a while since I've had time to sit down and watch a movie and do like something like that, or I would love to do one. I don't like a part of me though feels like I've said all that I've wanted to say for the past year and a half or so, and that I would probably end up kind of mulching over the same shit and kind of repeating myself, saying the same stuff that I've said in other videos, you know what I mean? But where it would get kind of fun is if I did a commentary track with a buddy of mine, or something like that would be kind of fun. But then again, I don't know if that would be. I don't know. I have a buddy that really doesn't like The Last Jedi, and that would be a fun little podcast. One of my best friends, lifelong friends. That would be that'd be more fun than sitting down with a couple of my friends that would kind of feel the same way about it. Anyway, yeah, eventually I think I'll do commentary tracks. I still want to do commentary tracks for the original Star Wars, but I'll never say never. How about that? Never say never. Please, I'm dead. Damn. But I appreciate that, Elric. And Darth Sean, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I hope you're having a good one out in the old California. Stormtrooper's Guide to the Universe vid is my favorite. Well, that's probably, man, it's tough to say what my favorite is, but it might be my favorite as well. And I made that, how many, 3-4 years ago now? Maybe longer than that? How long ago was that video? It was just like, it really had nothing to do with Star Wars, but it just, I was in the mood to make something that, that I was passionate about, you know. I brought a little bit of astronomy and exploration into the channel, and in a video that I've always been pretty proud of, and yeah, it might be my favorite one as well. It might be my favorite one as well. But Sean, I appreciate that. If anybody is curious what the hell Sean is talking about, just Google A Stormtrooper's Guide to the Universe, and you will find the video for sure. But I appreciate that, man. And Manikoff, thank you as well for the super chat and channel support tonight. Back when The Force Awakens trailer was released, I was in like 6th grade, and I watched and believed all the plot leak videos I could find. That's hilarious, Manikoff. You know, I've never really considered kids and stuff like that, and, you know, kids, I was gullible when I was a kid, too. I think everybody's gullible when they were a kid. And having the internet is just kind of ramps that up, you know? People are very trusting. And when you're thirsty for information about something new coming out, I think kids especially have a tendency to latch onto things and kind of see them as fact. If you might be interested to look at one of my most recent kind of research videos that I did, it was called The First Star Wars Internet Troll or something like that. It's about Super Shadow. Super Shadow was a guy who claimed to be best friends with George Lucas. He claimed to know everything about the prequels before the prequels were even out. He even claimed to know everything about Episode 7 back before Disney acquired the franchise. This was like 15 years ago. It's really funny. And if you want to check out that video, you might get a kick out of it because it might be very similar to what you were experiencing when you were a kid watching. God, this is hard to believe. 6th grade, when the Force Awakens trailer was coming out. That's insane. That's insane to me. You're making me feel old there, man. But there were a lot of them. They've seemed to die down a little bit. The plot leak videos, they seem to have died down. Maybe less people watch them because people have realized that they're bullshit, and they're just a giant waste of time to watch. And there's never an actual plot leak. It's usually just the creator's like own personal opinion of what they think is going to happen. Oh. Whoa, yikes. One sec, Muddler. One sec, Muddler. Ah, damn. But, Manikoff, I appreciate that, man. Check that video out. You might get a kick out of it because it's, it might be very similar to kind of what you were experiencing as a kid. I'd be curious to know. I haven't played, with Obi-Wan in a very long time. Let's see. Let's see. Muddler, thank you so much for becoming the latest member of the fleet, man. I greatly appreciate that. If everybody in the chat could do me a big favor and say, welcome to the fleet, Muddler, I would, once again, I would greatly appreciate that. Muddler, you know already, but you get a special role in the Discord server, and I do monthly Q&As with supporters, and I'm planning on doing that monthly Q&A this coming Wednesday. So stay tuned for that for sure. Look at that. Oh, yikes, damn. I didn't realize somebody was shooting at me from behind. Damn. But Muddler, thank you so much, man. Welcome to the fleet. Welcome to the fleet once again. Nice. I greatly appreciate that, man. And Larry Banks, that blaster does not belong to the Clone Troopers. This is some of the worst retcons Disney does. I blame Disney and EA for ruining the lore. JK. Larry Banks, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, that seems like something that would be said from some angry folks. It's like when customization becomes so broad, you can customize certain things, and eras and whatnot do not matter. People will probably find issue with it, even though customization is awesome. I could totally see that. Somebody complaining about something like that for sure. Why does this clone have a Stormtrooper? I do hope Stormtrooper Aero Blaster. This is fucking bullshit. This is fucking bullshit. There we go. But Larry, I appreciate that, man. People are silly, right? People are silly. People are very silly. That's the title of the next live stream. People are silly. That's the title of the next video. That's the title of the next 2000. That's the title of the next almanac. That's the title of the next encyclopedia. That's the title of the next Bible or Bhagavad Gita or the Quran. That's the title of the next holy book. People are silly. You heard it here first. And Bradfordly42 once again, thanks to the plot. Oh shit. Oh my god. Thanks to the plot leak videos, I've ditched a lot of channels I'm not going to support belligerent uploading. Yeah, I mean, if that's the way you feel, you know, of course. I just don't understand it as a creator, you know. It's funny that you recognize it as belligerent uploading. That's funny to me. It's like, I don't know. There's something that kind of creeps me out a little bit with just the anything goes mentality of the internet sometimes, you know what I mean? Just anything goes, whatever. Who gives a shit about legitimacy? Who gives a shit about looking into things? Who gives a shit about actually presenting something coherent and somewhat factual, or yeah, factual, but and it's also the bait and switch of it all as well. You know, when you advertise plot leaks or you advertise, you know, obviously I always do it in jest and it's always a joke and it's always satire. But people don't do that. People legitimately claim to have leaks and inside sources and stuff like that. And then when the movies come out, you know, they're all wrong. And it's like, I don't know, it creeps me out. It really creeps me out, and I don't really know how to put it into words why it creeps me out, because it is this kind of like just like lackadaisical attitude, or like a I don't even give a shit attitude from the internet sometimes, from creators sometimes, like, and it bums me out and it also creeps me out. But I don't know. I think it's time for me to make a plot leak parody video, or like 10 in one day. That would be funny. 10 in one day, just boom. Anyway, Brad, I appreciate that. And John Awakens, thank you for the super chat and channel support as well. How does one gain the high ground? How does one gain the high ground? In life? Or are you being silly? I'm gonna be silly. Moon shoes, man. Fucking moon shoes. If I'm gonna guess, if you search on eBay for moon shoes, I'm gonna guess people are selling moon shoes for $10. No, bullshit. I'm gonna guess you can find a pair of 1990s moon shoes for 99 cents. Can somebody look this up for me? What is the cheapest pair of 1999 or 90s era moon shoes that you can find? Or a ladder, Paul, for sure. Ryan, or John, I appreciate that, man. I'm gonna say moon shoes. I stand by that. Everybody has their own. I'm gonna get super philosophical, man. What does the high ground mean to you, man? What the high ground means to you means something else for somebody else, man. I mean, your high ground might be somebody else's low ground, man. Another man's trash is another man's high ground, man. I don't know. I appreciate that, John. And Ryan Keefe, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Thoughts on temporary changes to the cap? To the cap sup. Are you the 100? Is that what you're talking about? The support? The cap support? You know, I prefer it being 50. It seems like it's a little. I'm not made at a time, and I kind of like. I liked the 50. I like keeping things moving. It felt a little more, you know, Capital Supremacy is super long. Lowest price on eBay for 90s moon shoes are 18 bucks. Damn it. Damn it. Knockoff moon shoes for $6. Nice. Yeah, you know, it doesn't really bother me. I think I kind of liked it at 50 better. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? It doesn't, like, it's not that noticeable to me, to tell you the truth, the 100. Maybe if I sat here with a stopwatch, or I kind of figured out, or I tried to figure out how much 100 tickets actually lasted, I would be surprised, but I haven't, like, that match right there lasted, what, maybe, it took me a little while to find a game, maybe 17 minutes or so. That's not bad. That's not bad, in my opinion. But I'm fine if they keep it the way it is right now. I'm fine with they keep the change, Ryan. I don't think it makes that much of a difference. Damn it, max number in play always. Oh, I'll try to get him. But Ryan, I appreciate that. I am curious. I haven't really heard anybody mention or talk about. Haven't really heard anybody talk about or complain about that or praise that. So I have no idea what the kind of general consensus is about the ticket boost. Oh, yikes! I have no idea. Interesting. I agree that it should be 50. It's too overwhelming at 100. Interesting. Yeah, I wonder if most people kind of have that same opinion, Ryan. Maybe. Interesting. I'm gonna do a little. I'm gonna check out Reddit for the first time in a long time. How about that? After this stream, I'm gonna check that out. Put it at 75. Then there you go, Grand Jam. That's a That is a man of compromise right there. Manikov, thank you so much for the super chat and chum support as well. Definitely will check out that video. It's kind of crazy for me too, because episode 9 is about to come out and now I'm a junior. Time flies. Yeah, that is crazy to think about, right? It's like, you know, it's funny when you're that age, Manikov. Time seems to, I don't know why, but for me, time moved really slow, and I don't know if it's kind of just like a hindsight thing. I'm sure there's some kind of psychological reason for why time seemed to move very slow back when I was like a kid or a teenager and stuff like that. I'm sure it's just some kind of like mental trick, right? But that's crazy to think about when Force Awakens was coming out. Well, I guess it's kind of like me, Manikov. When The Phantom Menace came out, I was 13, so I was either going into 8th grade or going into 9th grade. I think I was going into 8th grade. So I was just about to turn 13. I was like 4 days away from 13 when The Phantom Menace came out. That was in 1999. And then when Revenge of the Sith came out, it was the year 2005. And how old was I then? I was 19. I was just about to turn 19 in 2005. So that's a big jump too, you know. That's kind of the same. It's very similar. That's very similar. Yeah, it's crazy to think about for sure. Phantom Menace came out in 1999. I was living in Atlanta. I was about to move to Florida. And then I moved to Florida. And then in 2005, I saw Revenge of the Sith at midnight with guys who are still my best friends, and we get together every single year. We all fly to the same destination. Well, it's usually road trips from across the country, and we go to a cabin. It's like the same group of friends. So it's just hard to think. That's crazy to think about. Like Phantom Menace, one life, and Revenge of the Sith in 2005, a completely different life. It's crazy to think about, for sure. For sure. But yeah, Brad. Yeah, Manikov. I appreciate that support tonight, man. And, weird, why isn't the super chat of the month working? Maybe, that's very interesting. I don't know why that's not working. I just noticed that's blank. I guess that's something I will have to fix. Oh, I thought that said Bradford 42 in my game. Is he in my game? No, maybe that was Butterman. It must be Butterman. Damn, nice. But I appreciate that, Manikov. And yeah, check that video out. You might get a kick out of it, because looking at kind of the how the internet used to be with quote-unquote plot leaks back in the day, before the Phantom Menace came out, is very similar to how they are today, with YouTube and everything like that. And I'm very curious, like, well, it's just, there's way more of it today, and it's a lot louder, right? And nobody seems to give a shit that people are just kind of blatantly lying and making stuff up. Okay, so I guess nobody really cares. But back then, people like legitimately believed it, because it was kind of a new thing. Like, somebody had inside information. Do we believe him? Oh, is he a bullshitter? You know, people bought it hook, line, and sinker. People actually paid a subscription fee monthly to hear inside information that was blatant bullshit, that was completely made up. He had this Super Shadow guy. Well, you have to watch the video, but this Super Shadow guy had a subscription service set up on his website where you could pay a monthly fee and get inside information straight from George Lucas, and it was complete bullshit, and it's hilarious. It's hilarious. But yeah, I appreciate that, Manikov. And Muddler, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support as well, man. What is it like? I'm just gonna hang out with you until these I read these super chats, and then I'm gonna hop off. I'm playing some games with my buddy tonight. I haven't played with him in a very long time. 1 sec, I'm texting him right now. Actually, he said he's getting on. Cool. and we're going to play a little bit of Fallout 76. I guess they've changed a lot since I've played, and they have some new modes and stuff like that. But yeah, Muddler, thank you so much, man. What is it like running a large YouTube channel? Because I find it hard running a small one. I don't think of it as a large YouTube channel, and I'm not a good manager. Let's just say that, Muddler. You know, if I talked to some other YouTubers when I was at EA Play, and it's fascinating because how detailed they get with their analytics. Like Eckert's Ladder is insanely smart with that kind of stuff, and I was just sitting there like, just kind of, he was telling me just how he does it and all that stuff, and I was like, oh, I wish I had that. I wish I had that side of my brain, because he's a super smart guy with that kind of stuff, and I do envy that side of his brain, to tell you the truth, because I was like, because I run it like a small channel. I do, and I don't, and it is a relatively small channel, like viewer wise, right? I think the channel had a big bump when The Force Awakens came out. It always has a big bump when a new Star Wars movie comes out. But, you know, most of the year, it's a pretty mild and subdued channel. It ebbs and flows with the waves of Star Wars popularity, right? And it just makes sense. So, Muddler, I've never really looked at it as a big elephant. I've always kind of, I don't know, I don't know. There's not much running to it, to tell you the truth. I literally just wake up, I write a script, I make some fun videos, I do some research, I plan out a stream, and I just take it like that. There's not much running it in terms of like, I mean, I don't mess with comments, I don't delete comments, I don't ban people, I don't do any of that. I specifically tell my mods not to ban anyone in the comment section. I have, YouTube can squelch and ban and block people itself for keywords that are written. Obviously, and that's an automated system. There's not much running, to tell you the truth. So, yeah, I don't know. It's I think I used to stress out about stuff more. I do stress out. I stress out a lot nowadays, actually, because of time. Just because of time. And that's really, it doesn't have anything to do with a large or small YouTube channel. It's just, that's the only thing that I really, and I never stress out. I told my wife this the other day. I was like, I never stress out. And it feels kind of weird, actually, to be kind of stressing out right now, because, it's a time thing. And I wake up, usually I wake up either 4:30 or 5, and I have about an hour and a half till my daughter wakes up, and my wife, she's getting ready for work. So in that hour or an hour and a half, I'm just trying to bust my ass and make as much video stuff as I possibly can. And then when my daughter goes down for a nap, she usually naps maybe, I would say 30 minutes to 2.5 hours. So when she naps, I try to knock out as much as I possibly can. And then at night, I do my streams. And the time is always so wishy-washy. And I stress out about just not having enough time. And I don't know how to describe it. I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it. But yeah. So no, I don't really treat it as a big or small channel thing. It's just, I just look at it as my home, my channel. Like like Jason said, your channel has that home feeling, and that's kind of exactly what I'm going for. That's I like the way you put it, though. I like that for sure. Just a place where we can hang out. It doesn't have to always be Star Wars, right? We can just hang out. But I appreciate that. Muddler. Who we got? Brian and Squog. But first, Michael Voorhees, thank you so much for becoming the latest member of the fleet, man. I greatly appreciate that. Wait, what's the date today? Sunday. That's weird. Why is this top super chatter of the month? That's very strange, Squog. It's not the first. That's very strange. Maybe their system's all messed up. Anyway, Michael Voorhees, welcome to the fleet, man. Thank you so much for becoming the latest member of the fleet. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Michael, you get a special role in the Hello Greedo Discord server, and I do supporter Q&As once a month. That means, I actually have one coming up next week, and I'm planning on doing it on Wednesday around 7 p.m. Eastern time or so, maybe 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. I will toss a link or an announcement in the community tab on YouTube for the supporter Q&A to be scheduled. But Michael Voorhees, thank you so much for becoming the latest member of the fleet, and welcome aboard, shipmate. And everybody in the channel, if you could do me a big favor, say welcome aboard, Michael. Welcome to the fleet. I appreciate that, man. Brian Boardwell, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Do you regret reading Ahsoka before finishing the Clone Wars? No, I don't, because, I just through the periphery, Brian, just through being a Star Wars fan, just from having this channel, just from being a part of conversations, I kind of know what happens. Even without reading anything, and even without watching the second season of Rebels, I kind of know what happens. What the hell is that? Oh, never mind. I thought there was something wet on the floor, but it was paper. My foot was like slipping and sliding. I kind of already knew what happened, right? So, no, I don't regret reading Ahsoka. I'm not done with Ahsoka. According to my Kindle, I'm at like 60%. It's a fun book so far. I really enjoyed it. Something just happened, and it kind of like threw everything off narratively. Kind of like did a complete 180, and I don't really know if I like the direction that it went, but I'm obviously I'm going to push on. I can't start a book and not finish it. No, I don't regret it. I really, really enjoy the book so far, but it didn't spoil anything for me in terms of what's coming with the Clone Wars. So I know some people. When I took a picture of the Ahsoka book, I think I took a picture of it on my flight and posted it. Maybe did I? I can't remember. I know a lot of people were like, "You haven't even finished the Clone Wars." Well, yeah, I know that's technically true, but I guess I kind of know what happens, But Brian, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I need to finish the Clone Wars. I watched an episode. I can't remember. I just need to finish. I just need to finish watching it because it's almost July. October's going to be here before we know it. Is that when the new season's coming out? I think it's gonna be here like that. It's gonna be here quick. But yeah, Brian, I appreciate that. And Squog, thank you for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. Greetings, Greedo. Are you psyched for the Jags' upcoming season with Big Dick Nick coming down? Anything? Is that what people from Philly called him? What? I'm not gonna type that. I'm not gonna type that into. I'm gonna type that into Google. Oh my God, that is hilarious, Squog. That is hilarious. If you type what Squog called Nick Foles, that 3-word phrase, if you type that into Google, Nick Foles comes up. I shit you not. That is hilarious. I did not know that was his like legitimate nickname. That is hilarious, man. Oh my God, that's funny. I know I'm getting a jersey with that on the back of it. That's funny, man. Anyway, Squog, anything is better than dealing with the constant pain of being a Falcons fan. Yeah, I'm excited, not necessarily because I'm like Not because it's Nick Foles, just because I'm excited for change. Squawk, being a Jags fan, it's a lot of downs and then the occasional like super ups and the peaks, and we're like, oh my god, we're one game away from the Super Bowl, and then the next season we just completely bomb. But there's been a lot of that in the Jaguars' history. So no, it's not necessarily an excitement because of Nick Foles per se. It's just an excitement for change. I thought Bortles was gonna. I thought Bortles. Man, I don't know. What I'm really excited to see is Bortles at a different team and see if with different coaching. I've always been curious, like what coaching and player talent. If you can have one without the other, it doesn't work. So I'm very curious to see if Bortles goes to another team with maybe some better coaches, maybe some better leadership, and if he can thrive in a different environment. But we'll see. Maybe I'm just putting a little optimistic, positive spin on a guy's career, But yeah, I'm pumped. Like I said, Squad, not because it's Foles, just because it's change. And Jags fans always are ranting and raving about change. If a player has a bad week, they are wanting that player gone. Why didn't you put so-and-so in? I guess that's probably every team, right? That's probably every team. But anyway, Squawk, I appreciate that super chat, man. I'm extremely pumped for football season this year, more than the couple years past, because my mom is a huge football fan. She's more of a football fan than me. She watches college football nonstop. My dad could give two shits about football. My dad likes watching golf, but my mom loves watching football, basketball, and stuff like that. And most of you guys know this, but currently me and my wife are living with my parents because we're building a new house. We sold our old house and we're building one. It's going to take 6 to 7 months. So we're living with them, and it's going to be in football season. And I'm super pumped to watch some football with my mom. It's going to be fucking awesome. But I'm excited, man. Anyway, it's time for me to hop off. I'm going to play some Fallen Order with an old bud of mine. See what's all changed with that. But I greatly appreciate that. Didn't know you live with your parents. For now. Yeah, for now. Just for 6 months while our new house is being built. That's been nice. It's been nice. Like, but we're very lucky in that sense, We sold our house. I bought it years ago for a really good price, rehabbed, and then we sold it and made it. We're able to put a good down payment down on a new house, and we're just very lucky that we have family in town while it's being built, and we can actually save even more, and be able to kind of live comfortably as we find our footing in a new house with, big changes and stuff like that. Very lucky, for sure. Very lucky. Oh, did I say Fallen Order? I meant Fallout 76. Or did I? Yeah, Fallout 76. All right, guys. Let me run down the list real quick. This was a fun stream. I really enjoyed this one. This was fun. I like shooting the shit and sipping on a little beer on the weekend. I'm drinking a Dogfish Head Sequench Ale is what it's called. It's a sour. What do they describe it as? It has like black sea salt. What is it called? Dogfish Head Sequench. What do they call it? Session Sour, Sequench Ale. The most thirst-quenching beer we've ever brewed. Sequench Ale is a session sour mashup of a crisp Kolsch, and salty Goza and a tart Berliner Weiss. Brewed in... tastes good. All right, guys. Michael Voorhees, thank you for becoming the latest member of the fleet. Squawg, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Go Jags. Brian Boardwell, thank you for the super chat and channel support. The Muddler, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Manikoff, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Make sure to watch that video. Ryan Keefe, thank you for the super chat and channel support. John Awakens, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Bradfully42, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Muddler, thank you for becoming a member of the fleet. Larry Banks, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Darth Sean, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Brian Boardwell, thank you for becoming a member of the fleet. I can't say that cool. I'm trying to say it really cool, but I can't. Haven Elric, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Swish Fish, thank you for the super chat and channel support as well. All right, guys, have a good night. Hope you had a fun weekend. And I will catch you all on the flip side. I'll do a stream tomorrow, a full hour stream tomorrow, and I will see if I can get Lego Star Wars working. I'm in the mood for something like that, something new, something trying to different. But all right, guys. See ya.
Today we traveled to fight the First Order.